All right, so get ready.
Okay.
Because it's time for another deep dive.
Yes.
This time we're going way back
Uh,
to 1960s television history.
all right.
And we're going to look at a show called It's About Time.
It's about time, it's about space.
Okay, yeah, so it's pretty obscure,
Mm.
but it's actually from the same creator as Gilligan's Island.
Really?
Yeah, Sherwood Schwartz.
Wow.
So we've got a great source here that kind of unpacks this show for us.
Okay.
And the premise is wild.
Okay.
You've got two astronauts, Mac and Hector.
Uh-huh.
They end up getting catapulted back to prehistoric times,
Wow.
like dinosaurs and cavemen.
Really?
Yeah, the whole shebang.
Mm-hmm.
So our big question today is, what made this show tick?
All right.
And why didn't it grab audiences like Schwartz's other shows did?
Interesting question.
Yeah, so to kick things off, I mean, think about the 1960s.
Okay.
Like, where was TV at this point?
Well, you've got the rise of sci-fi, of course, with Star Trek making waves.
Right.
Family comedies were absolutely huge.
Yeah.
So it seems like Schwartz was trying to, like, capture lightning in a bottle twice.
Yeah.
You know, maybe mix in a little bit of that Flintstones magic.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, the Flintstones.
Yeah, like what if we had live-action cavemen?
Right.
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have these two astronauts, right?
Yeah. Tell me about them.
We have Mac,
Okay.
who's our straight man, trying
Mac.
to keep his cool in this crazy situation.
Right.
And then there's Hector, our comedic foil.
Ah, the classic duo.
Exactly, the tried and true sitcom pairing.
Right. So we've got the astronauts.
Yeah.
But who are they interacting with back in prehistoric times?
Well, they encounter a cave family,
Yeah.
Shag, Gronk, their daughter McClure,
Mm.
and their son Breer.
Okay, so, like, trying to do the Flintstones, but with real people.
Yeah, maybe aiming for that family dynamic.
Got it.
And of
Yeah.
course, you can't forget the antagonists. You got to have those.
Of course, who are they?
Boss and Klon, always stirring up trouble for our astronauts.
Makes sense.
But, you know, something that stuck out to me in the source material,
Okay.
it was how they described Malore, the daughter.
Oh, yeah.
They always called her the unattractive daughter.
Wow.
It's interesting. It's kind of like Marilyn in the Munsters.
Oh, yeah.
You know, always portrayed as the less attractive one.
Yeah, like, was that just a thing back then?
Yeah, was it just a comedic trope?
Or, does it say something more about, like, beauty standards?
Exactly.
Right.
Like, how were those ideas reflected in entertainment back then?
Makes you think.
It does.
And speaking of how audiences reacted,
Right.
our source mentioned that It's About Time
Yeah.
got criticized for being kind of repetitive.
Ah.
Like Mac and Hector are always running away from dinosaurs,
Oh.
or they're escaping from cavemen,
Oh, I see.
or there's some natural disaster they have to deal with.
I see it got old.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah, and you know what? That repetition was actually one of the reasons the ratings started to drop.
Really?
Yeah, Schwartz actually talked about 3 main things that hurt the show.
Okay, let's hear them.
All right, so first, like you said, the constant threat. It got predictable.
Right.
Second, think about the visuals.
Okay.
Week after week.
Yeah.
Caves, dirt, more caves.
Yeah, not very glamorous.
Not exactly visually appealing.
Right.
And third, the caveman speech.
Oh, right.
Here, man drag woman by head to cave. When they reach cave, marry.
He thought the simplified language was hard for people to connect with.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
So they had these challenges, right?
Oh, he did.
But this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
They actually tried to fix it.
Really?
Yeah, they did a pretty radical change.
Oh, wow. What'd they do?
So instead of the astronauts being stuck in the past,
Right.
they come back to 1967.
Wait, so they time travel again?
Yeah.
But they don't come back alone?
Exactly. You
Oh.
bring the cave family with them.
What?
Yeah, so it becomes cavemen in the modern world.
Haha, that's a twist.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, instead of dinosaurs,
Mm-hmm.
it's like Gronk trying to figure out a refrigerator
Haha, yeah.
or Shag at the supermarket.
I can just imagine.
A whole different kind of humor.
Right?
Yeah, totally different.
So, did this shakeup save the show?
Well, that's a great question. We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
But first, we have to talk about the new characters.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah, because it's not just the Cave family in 1967.
Okay.
They meet some new people, too.
All right, so who are the new additions?
So there's Mr. Tyler.
Okay.
He's the apartment manager.
I bet he's confused.
So absolutely, can you imagine?
Yeah.
And then there's General Morley.
Okay.
He's He's skeptical.
Makes sense.
You know, these astronauts show up with a cave family
Yeah.
and claim they're from the Stone Age.
Yeah, I don't think I'd believe him either.
No, me neither.
So, they made this big change, but did it work?
Well,
Did audiences love it?
not quite.
Oh.
It's About Time was still canceled.
Really?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Okay.
The ratings actually got better during summer reruns.
What?
Yeah, so the show gets canceled,
Mm-hmm.
but then it does better in reruns.
That's so weird.
I know. What do you think that means?
Maybe people started liking the cave family in the modern world more.
Yeah, maybe the original idea was just too much.
Yeah, too many dinosaurs and stuff.
Maybe,
So, did the network think about bringing it back?
They did.
Really?
Yeah, CBS thought about reviving it,
Mm.
but by then, the actors had moved on.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, timing is everything, right?
I guess so.
It makes you wonder, what if they started with the family in 1967?
Right.
Gronk seeing a TV for the first time.
Yeah, haha.
Malore trying on modern clothes.
Like, what would they think of everything?
I know, right?
That's a fun idea.
It feels like there's so much potential there.
Absolutely.
Like, think about the social commentary they could have done.
Oh, yeah, good
A
point.
family from a simpler time. Suddenly they're in the 1960s with all the crazy technology.
Wow, yeah.
It's like the Beverly Hillbillies, but in reverse.
That's a good way to put it.
Instead of rural folks in the city,
Yeah,
it's prehistoric folks in the modern world.
I like it.
And there's so much potential for satire, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It was such a time of change back then.
Right, all that anxiety about the future.
Exactly.
And you threw a cave family into that?
Yeah,
That's comedic gold.
right.
Yeah.
Like, what does it even mean to be modern?
Mhm.
And how does technology change us?
Big questions.
Big questions.
So do you think It's About Time could have been a bigger hit if they'd led with that idea?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
So if you're out there listening and you've never heard of It's About Time,
Or maybe you just have a vague memory of it.
we encourage you to check it out.
It's worth a watch.
You might be surprised by what you find.
You never know.
And hey,
Yeah.
maybe you'll even be inspired to start your own It's About Time revival campaign.
That would be amazing.
Stranger things have happened in the world of TV.
They really have.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into TV history.
It was a blast.
Stay curious, folks.